Good Friday traders, Victor with you from the Forex Board Trading Academy. And in this video, I would like to share with you Australian versus United States dollar. This is yet another idea in relation to the Australian dollar. And this tendency of the Australian strength, in my view, continues because all of our Australian dollar ideas are in profit. So we have a lot of opportunities in regards to Australian dollar, I think now, as the trend should be emerging slowly. And this is another idea. Basically, we will look into the forward chart on the Australian versus dollar. And before we start, I would like to remind you that information in this video is only for educational purpose and should not be considered as a financial advice. And here the picture is pretty simple. First off, I took the idea of the strong dollar because the picture here remains pretty solid. All ideas are going into profit zone, so here we look pretty good. I have applied this uptrend trend line. I use this bottom here. Basically, it's kind of average price trend line. And if we zoom it now, here I have applied through this point. We had a clean rejection today, which seems to be like price might have tested this bottom. And what is also interesting is the upside resistance level. Well, what I did is applied FIBs to the first corrective wave down after the bottom has been reached. So this was the correction. And then I have applied Fibonacci to the first corrective down after hitting the higher high. Why I have used these 2 points? If we go to the daily chart, basically I use this point. Price failed, produced spike, but failed to close above the spikes. Here's the same. Price produced spike, but failed to close below the spike. So I used these 2 levels on the forward chart. Now back to the resistance point. The clean resistance is seen at 70-80 level, which exactly corresponds with these 2 FIBs. And this could be the key basically level for the Australian dollar, but we might be going higher. No one knows, but it should be fast. Comparing, just looking at all the Australian dollar pairs, which have been most of them range trading, the time is very close for some strong rally, and I think it's coming. So here we have critical point is around 68.96. This is because we can meet 2-to-1 reward to risk ratio. After this bounce of the trend line, the original entry should have been at this basically price, but I started posting idea there is no point just putting it lower. But if it gets to this price at 69.42, that would be the best for this idea, because it would be the original point for Australian dollar opportunity. So here we go. This Friday we should be starting, I think, guys. Monday and Tuesday will be the moving days. I truly believe that will be the case, but we will of course see. But ideas on Australian dollar seems very attractive at the moment to me. Okay, let's move on to previous ideas and see how they went. Australian Canadian, yet again moving towards the resistance. It's getting closer and closer, and it could also break to the upside. We don't know, but Australian dollar seems to be getting very strong. This could provide actually a very, very strong rally. And for this reason, for all the Australian pairs, it's better to wait and see what will happen near the resistance and then act accordingly, because there might be the breakout above the resistance levels on the heavy volumes, and price will move much higher. Australian Japanese yen, here we have also quite a big move here expected for the Australian Japanese yen. It's in the green zone, so it's good for us. We're still waiting for this resistance level, which is nearly 200 pips, and I think most of the pairs on Australian dollar will give this 200 pip move. So Australian Canadian if you see, we have here only about 60 pips, and it means that we might have actually 200 pip move. If we do 200 pip, it will be around this price here at 96.60. So I just will mark it approximately so we can follow it. That could be the second level. Australian Swiss franc here, if we look at it, 200 pips. Here we have 150, which means that price might be going slightly higher to produce a double top here, but it's still quite good, 150 pips. That could be the target. New Zealand Swiss franc, here we might see also quite a rally. If we extend it for 150 pips, it will be above basically this previous high. So maybe we will reach some price around this area if we move it 200 pips. But it's New Zealand dollar, it's not Australian, so it could be lower. Let's make it 100 pips potential upside move. So around here could be the case, double top. Euro New Zealand dollar. Here we have how many pips? Well, we have 180 pips. It could be going lower because Euro New Zealand dollar tends to move more pips than usual. So we might see 68 or lower price. So let's see how it goes. But also moving down towards the support level as expected. Euro Australian dollar. Here we have quite a big move. And this is exactly what I think will happen. Here we have 340 pip move. And I think that most Australian dollar pairs should be exited when the Euro Australian dollar will reach the support and when Australian Swiss franc will reach the resistance. And this means there is quite a lot to go for all of them, and this just will provide opportunities. Australian Swiss franc, here what I think, basically price might be going lower. We still remain below the moving average, and maybe fixing or exiting the trade at the break-even point could be the good idea. But still, we will have to watch and see how it goes. It still looks bullish. I think the Swiss franc will be losing to the euro. Canadian Swiss franc, you can see that here we hit the stop exit level, and this is the reason why it might be best to get out of the euro Swiss franc. But here was I think the Canadian dollar was driving this due to the oil prices struggling. The oil actually went quite substantially to the downside, and this could be the reason of the Canadian dollar going down also. So yeah, here we are out. Dollar Japanese yen out, although I think it will be going up eventually. So we will get back maybe to the dollar yen later, but for now it's out. Pound Australian dollar, here due to the Australian dollar strength, I think we will still be heading towards the support level. I do believe, because this resistance actually hasn't been broken with confidence. If I move to the daily chart, you can see that daily is holding. So this idea, I will just keep it open to see what happens to the pound Australian dollar. But if there will be some pair will be moving, it will be Australian dollar will be moving this pair. And this is the reason why it might go down. And finally, today we done Australian versus dollar. This is the idea for today. I think next week it's extremely high probability that the Australian dollar will be moving and will be outperforming most major fiat currencies. So here will be opportunities. We will see how it goes, obviously, but I do feel confident of my analysis. I'm not sure how it will work out, but we will see. Okay, guys, thank you all for watching. I wish you a great, happy weekend. Have a rest, enjoy, and I will see you on Monday. Don't forget to smash likes, comments, ask questions, subscribe to channel, and see you soon.